my name is Bernard. I'm a member at Silicon Valley Lines, an HO Scale model railroad club in downtown San Jose, California. We are a freelance layout. The layout is built for point-to-point operations, and we give all our members the chance to own a section of the layout so that they can build their modeling skills. From experienced hobbyists with their own home layouts to members who are doing their first kit bash, we welcome and encourage everyone to have fun building and operating a model railroad. Silicon Valley Lines was formed in February 1979 as a modular club. In 1984, SVL acquired 4 commercial trailers and began to build a layout in the 1,600 square foot space. In 1991, the club integrated the modules into a 2-level permanent layout. 8 years later, the layout had to be disassembled because we could no longer renew the lease for our space. We were able to salvage a few of the newer modules and save them for a future endeavor. By late 2000, we had found a new place and began work on the new layout. By 2002, we had the first main line in and held our first operating session. Since then, we're having lots of fun tinkering with the layout, running trains, and building more scenery. With the current layout, we have tried to innovate as we go along. While building the layout, we experimented with new construction techniques, including the use of steel C-channel to support the layout. We started dabbling in technology using a database and homegrown program to generate our switch lists for each operating session. More recently, we even switched to using tablets to help wirelessly control the turnouts on our layout via JMRI. And it's now at the point that an engineer using the Y-Throttle application on their phone can operate his train and throw turnouts all on his smartphone. The Silicon Valley Lines layout occupies an area of roughly 23 by 72 feet, thus we have over 1,600 square feet of space. It is a bi-level layout with the 2 decks connected by a helix, which is its own block, conveniently named the Loop. The main line runs 600 feet from Bayshore Yard at the south end of the layout to Windsor Yard at the north end of the layout. During operating sessions, a train running from Bayshore to Windsor can take anywhere from 45 to 60 minutes to complete the run. Except for the helix and a few other areas, the layout is mostly single-track mainline that runs point-to-point with passing sidings. Members use NCE throttles or phones using Y-Throttle to operate their trains. Playing to the modular roots of the club, individual club members can take ownership of and set direction for segments of the layout, including the theme, the track arrangement, industry, and scenery. Some segments have changed quite a bit over time as owners change, while others have stayed fairly consistent. The layout is built with operations in mind. There are 2 operating yards at Bayshore and Nowers, which help to originate or terminate trains. In addition, multiple hidden staging yards on and under the lower level help to provide additional sources and destinations for traffic. We have about 1,100 freight cars and about 250 engines on the layout. Most of these are member-owned. Silicon Valley Lines runs monthly operating sessions, usually on the last Friday of the month. We run anywhere from 18 to 24 trains during a typical operating session. We alternate our sessions between transitional and modern areas. In transitional sessions, we try to use equipment from before the advent of Amtrak. Early diesel, steam, shorter cars, passenger trains have priority. Modern sessions are loosely set in the 1990s to today. Larger and modern diesel engines, large cars, long trains, you get the idea. Freight rules. Most layout industries are assigned to either modern or transitional sessions and are serviced only during sessions of the respective era. Our ops sessions consist of a dispatcher, yard masters for each yard, and engine crews. Engine crews get paperwork, including train manifests and switch lists to help them run their train and know what cars to set out or pick up in the towns they go through. We typically operate with direct traffic control, DTC. DTC is a scheme in which verbal permission is given to the train crew to operate the train in a given named block. The engine crews coordinate with dispatch through handheld radios to request and obtain clearance to the destinations. As trains approach yard limits, engineers will call ahead to the yard masters to obtain clearance to enter or pass through the yard. Now that you know a little bit about the background of Silicon Valley Lines, let's embark on the grand tour of the layout.
Hi, my name is Jeff Rose. I'm also a member of the Silicon Valley Lines, and I think right now what I'd like to do is take you on a tour of our lower level up to our yard, as Bernard mentioned, Nowers, at the intermediate point of the layout. And along the way we'll blend in a little bit of our interactions with dispatch and essentially how we function during a normal ops session. Our train will start in our southernmost yard, Bayshore. During a typical ops session, several trains will start and terminate here. In any session, we may have a few passenger and commuter trains run through our Union passenger terminal as well. Here in Bayshore, we have a full engine facility with a 14-stall roundhouse to service and maintain our fleet of steam locomotives, as well as a workshop for the diesel engines. We have a work train at the ready as well in the event it becomes necessary. Looks like our Amtrak train is getting ready to leave.
Train 21, dispatch.
Go ahead, 21.
Train 21 requesting clearance, Bayshore to Nowers with station stops in Hallelujah and Igo.
Train 21, you have clearance from Bayshore to Frighton Siding.
21 has clearance from Bayshore to Frighton Siding.
21, that is correct.
As the train passes through Eagle and towards Ebbets Pass, it soars over the small town of Escape. This bustling little mountain hamlet is the first stop on the Cochise branch. Escape is full of activity as residents are flocking to the new eatery in town, while others keep up with the day-to-day life, like doing laundry and painting the house. In fact, we are in luck today as the Cochise Historical Society has an excursion train running.
Dispatch 21.
Go ahead, 21.
21 in Frighton Siding in the clear, releasing Eagle block behind me.
Train 21, OS Frighton Siding. Hold siding for southbound train 226.
21 holding Frighton Siding.
That is correct. Train 226, dispatch. Dispatch 226. 226, I'm extending your clearance through Frighton to date. Over. 226, has clearance all the way to Dayton. We're at Hallelujah and releasing all blocks behind us. Train 226, OS Hallelujah.
Hi, I'm Rich Murphy, and this is Wayne. We're going to talk a little bit about the way we run the operations here at SVL as far as the dispatcher's office goes. Our dispatcher's office is located near the main layout room. The dispatcher controls movement of trains on the main line across the layout. We're in the process of adding occupancy detection on the main line in preparation for future signal system, as well as to make the dispatcher's job a bit easier. As dispatcher, I communicate with the yard masters via direct phone communication and with engineers over handheld radios. Here I've added a northbound train, number 226. I can allocate blocks to that train so that they have the authority over those sections of the layout. And they can run. I'll call on the radio to them and tell them to run. For instance, if I wanted to put train 226 into the siding, I can turn the turnout for that siding and mark that block as theirs, as far as they have the authority to run a train into that block. Later on, when we have detection, these assignments will actually automatically turn off as trains leave those blocks. That can be simulated manually by the dispatcher by marking it red and then clear, red and clear, as the train conductors call in to tell me that they've cleared a block. So train 21, the Amtrak train, is waiting in the siding with the hotshot 226 coming by. Why don't you head back out to the layout and watch it pass?
Dispatch 226 is clear of Frighton and releasing all blocks behind. 226, clear of Frighton. Train 21?
21 here.
21, you have clearance to the bottom of the loop, right hand running. Be aware, 680 is currently switching in Jacksonville.
21, clearance to the bottom of the loop, right hand running. We'll look out for 680 in Jacksonville.
An example of assigning layout industries to each session can be seen between the towns of Hallelujah and Hemet. Hallelujah is a modern destination for the layout and is dominated by the Hallelujah paper mill. Due to the number of cars moving around the mill, the paper mill has a dedicated switch crew, and trains from both Nowers and Bayshore will set out cars for the switch crew to shunt between the various car spots at the mill. Next to Hallelujah is the town of Hemet. While still under construction, Hemet will represent a 50s town in Southern California, making it a transitional town. Hemet's sidings and tracks are designed for 40 to 50 foot cars, ice bunker reefers, and early road switchers. The low clearances in some areas mean that high cube boxcars and SD70Ms won't be making a visit. Jacksonville continues around the lower level and features a gravel pit, grain elevators, Kaw Valley Plastics, and a coal dock. As you can probably guess from those industries, most of SVL's hopper cars tend to spend a fair amount of time either being picked up or set out in this area. A large passing track is also here to allow trains to get by slow-moving freights or locals. This scene the train is currently passing through is one of the original modules from the layout and won several awards. As the train exits the loop in Mount Marvel, it approaches Nauer's yard. Nauer's is the hub of the layout and a great spot for train watching, as it sees numerous trains coming through the yard in both our modern and transitional sessions. To continue our trek along the layout, we'll change sessions and hop aboard one of our PFE blocks northbound towards its final destination, Windsor. A nod to the legendary John Allen. Mount Nichols features stunning mountains, waterfalls, and even some rock climbers. Our ultimate goal is to cap this scene with a replica of Devil's Postpile in the Sierra Nevadas. As the train enters the bustling riverfront metropolis of Tracy, we're teleported back to Illinois in the 1930s. An extensive amount of dairy and less than carload traffic is routed through town, and Tracy is also the destination for much of the varnish on the line. Tracy residents have a vibrant city life to enjoy along the river, with much entertainment and eateries available. Too much fun can end badly for you though. The ice house in Victoria is a busy place. Reefers are pre-iced for their next assignment, where ice bunkers are topped off. Windsor is our most visible open staging yard for our trains and sees a decent amount of use during all of our operating sessions. Many trains heading north out of Nowers terminate here. Though we have to manually turn trains after each session, the stub-ended orientation of the 13-yard tracks gives us a good amount of space for trains that can terminate here, including auto racks, gravel, concrete, PFE, sugar beet, and general merchandise trains.
One of the great features we have here at SVL is a preponderance of outside staging tracks. One of the most southernmost ones we have is Bakersfield. Bakersfield is located on a mechanical drawer that holds 14 tracks of staging. It actually can slide out so that you have easy access without having to crowd in to get the cars. The yard itself is actually in the shape of a bowl to kind of keep any free cars rolling towards the center. As the drawer pulls out, power is cut to the tracks so that no stray engines can go off the tracks.
We hope you enjoyed the tour and learning more about our layout. If you'd like to visit, we're located at 148 East Virginia Street in San Jose, California. We're usually here on Friday evenings from 7:30 till late. Park on the street, ring the bell, we'll come out and get you. See you soon.